So you want to grow your business, and you'd like to find a way to develop the strategies and tactics you need to do it. And you'd like to know what's going to happen when you implement them. Swot Gaming is a system of individual participation and workshops we use to help you get there by integrating well-developed techniques and structures, SWOT, Wargaming, and OGSM, to develop marketing strategies and tactics, and test them in a game which reflects real market conditions so we can be confident that they can be successfully implemented in the field. But strategies must be developed with a common aim so they can work together. Our first step is to define an objective so we can prepare our strategies, ensuring they are linked together. To achieve this, Swot Gaming uses a framework called OGSM, which helps to make the link between our ambition and our real-world actions. OGSM stands for Objectives, Goals, Strategies and Means. An objective is a high-level achievement. The simpler it's expressed, the better. Objectives sit at the top of the strategic plan. Everything we plan should be with the intention of reaching our objectives. The ideal plan has no more than a few objectives, possibly even only one, simply because the more there are, the less likely they are to be reached. For Swot Gaming, a single objective may simply be something like to significantly increase our market share, to become market leader, or to increase prices without losing volume sales. In order to get to our objective, there are things which we have to do, targets which we have to reach. These are our goals. Goals determine how we reach our objective. Multiple goals can and should support a single objective. Underneath these are strategies. Strategies are specific directions that enable us to reach a goal. Each strategy really should begin with a verb that signifies that something is going to be done. Verbs like create, hire, develop, launch. Every item in our strategic planning framework begins with a verb. And finally, means. Each strategy is broken down into a series of specific tactics, things we do that are means to implementing our strategy to achieve our goal and finally to reach our objective. To develop the strategies and tactics used in the war game, Swot Gaming starts with a SWOT analysis to identify strategic areas, things we really can do to reach our objective, and do the same for the competition. SWOT is the most powerful tool to help you do this. SWOT is all too often seen as simply producing 4 lists, but used properly, it's a very powerful analytic tool which identifies the best strategic directions for a brand to take. A proper SWOT analysis, not just the 4 lists, enables us to identify strategic areas, things we really can do to grow our business. There's a full account of how we approach the SWOT analysis on the accompanying SWOT analysis video. The SWOT analysis on its own can indicate the best strategies to be undertaken to create growth. But Swot Gaming adds an extra dimension by testing, refining and developing these strategies in a competitive environment. And for this, we need to perform a SWOT analysis for our major competitor in the market as well as for ourselves. Often the opportunities and threats will be the same or very similar, but the strengths and weaknesses for ourselves and for our competitors will be very, very different. In practice, these SWOT lists can either be created by a workshop session or by the organisers based on interviews with participation, as time allows. When we have our lists, the next step is the SWOT Gaming workshop itself. Here we divide participants into 2 teams, the home team and the away team, our brand and the competition. And we have large SWOT matrix made of flip chart pages fixed to a wall. 1 wall for each brand. Strengths and weaknesses across the top and opportunities and threats down the side. These matrices are then filled with statements written on post-it notes. This can either be done again by the organisers if time is limited or as a separate workshop session before the war game itself begins. The material in the matrices is then combined to create strategies which are prioritised and developed into actionable strategies with goals that would contribute to reaching an objective and provide implementable tactics. Generally, each team will be interested in how their strengths can combine with opportunities to create competitive advantages. But they will also look carefully at the other quadrants and their opponents as well, particularly their opponents' vulnerabilities. The home team starts by presenting their first developed strategies and tactics. and the away team produce tactical responses to what they have been presented, or else describe barriers to that implementation. The home team can then present counter-tactics or counter-attacks, or their next strategy, and then the away team again respond, and the process continues. This is all moderated by the Swot Gaming organisers, and the output and results at each stage are recorded. The final output is a set of strategies that use SWOT to focus on how growth can be obtained by using brand strengths in a market, which are then tested in a hostile marketing environment. The strategies that get through a Swot Gaming session are the ones that will really create growth in the marketplace.